Hello and welcome to my Animal Cell by Giselle Loya. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying that animal cells are eukaryotic cells because they are membrane-bound organelles, like nucleus and mitochondria. Though plant cells are also eukaryotic, they are an entirely different cell organism, despite the similarities. So let's go ahead and explore the key organelles that make this cell function. So over here we have my animal cell. It's got quite a bit of stuff on it, I suppose. I did try my best. So first off, we have the cell membrane, also known as the plasma membrane. It is the protective barrier that surrounds the cell and controls what goes in and out. It's sort of like the skin of the cell. It is a selectively permeable barrier that surrounds the cell's interior, separating it from the external environment. It consists mainly of bilayer, with embedded proteins. The phospholipid layer is composed of two layers of phospholipid molecules, hydrophobic tails that point inward and hydrophilic heads that face outward. This arrangement forms a flexible, semi-permeable barrier that regulates the passage of substances in and out of the cell. Embedded within the membrane are various proteins, including receptor proteins for cell signaling, transport proteins that facilitate the movement of ions and molecules across the membrane, and structural proteins that provide support and stability to the membrane. The cell membrane plays a crucial role in maintaining cell integrity, regulating the exchange of nutrients and waste products, responding to external signals, and protecting the cell's internal environment. It is a dynamic structure that allows the cell to interact with its surroundings while maintaining homeostasis. Over here within the cell, we find the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm of an animal cell is the semi-fluid gel-like substance that fills the interior of the cell, surrounding the cell's organelles and structures. It consists of a watery solution called cytosol, along with various organelles, cellular structures, and molecules suspended within it. The cytoplasm is a dynamic environment where many essential cellular activities take place. It acts as the stage for numerous biochemical reactions and serves as a medium through which organelles and molecules move to perform their functions, ultimately contributing to the cell's growth, maintenance, and survival. Here we have the lysosomes. They're filled with enzymes that break down waste materials, and peroxisomes, which detoxify harmful substances, sort of like the kidneys of the cell, I would say. So, lysosomes in animal cells are membrane-bound organelles found in animal cells that contain a variety of enzymes known as hydrolyses. These enzymes are specialized for breaking down cellular waste, damaged organelles, and ingested materials such as foreign particles and cellular debris. Lysosomes play a critical role in cellular digestion and recycling, and they are often referred to as the cell's garbage disposal or recycling center. They help maintain cellular health and remove unwanted substances, contributing to the overall cell function and maintenance. Then, in the same category, we have the peroxisomes in animal cells. So these are another type where they contain enzymes called oxidases. I honestly can't really pronounce most of these words, so I am very sorry for butchering them. So oxidases and catalases, which are involved in various metabolic processes, including the breakdown of fatty acids and the detoxification of harmful substances such as hydrogen peroxide. So peroxisomes are actually crucial for lipid metabolism, particularly the oxidation of long-chain fatty acids, and they also contribute to the regulation of reactive oxygen species, ROS, within the cell. This organelle plays a significant role in maintaining cellular balance and protecting cells from oxidative stress. So over here we're going to have the ribosomes. So ribosomes are essential cellular structures found in both animal and plant cells. They play a central role in protein synthesis, the process by which cells produce proteins from genetic instructions encoded in DNA. So ribosomes are small, complex molecular machines made up of two subunits, often referred to as the large and small subunits. So, These subunits are composed of ribosomal RNA and protein molecules. In animal cells, ribosomes can be found either free-floating in the cytoplasm or attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Sorry about that. They just read the genetic code in mRNA molecules and assemble amino acids into polypeptide chains, which ultimately form functional proteins. Next to my ribosomes, I have the chromosomes. So, chromosomes are thread-like structures found in the nuclei of animal cells and contain genetic information in the form of DNA. Chromosomes are long, coiled molecules of DNA that are tightly packed with proteins, mainly histones, into a condensed structure. Chromosomes carry the genetic instructions necessary for growth, development, and functioning of organism. They play a pivotal role in cell division, inheritance, and the transmission of genetic traits from one generation to the next. So over here we have the microtubules. They are essential components of the cytoskeleton in animal cells, providing structural support and facilitating various cellular processes. Microtubules are cylindrical, hollow tubes made up of protein subunits called tubulin. So these subunits are arranged in a repeating pattern to form a rigid yet dynamic structure. Microtubules are one of the three main components of the cytoskeleton, along with the microfilaments, which are called actin filaments, I believe, and intermediate filaments. They provide like a sort of scaffold that gives the cell its overall shape and stability. Microtubules are the structural bases of cilia and flagella. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Those are hair-like structures that extend from the cell surface. So, cilia and flagella are involved in cellular movement and the movement of substances across the cell surface. Microtubules play a critical role in cell division. During mitosis and meiosis, microtubules form the mitotic spindle, a structure that segregates chromosomes into daughter cells. So, microtubules also help elongate and divide the cell during cytokinesis. Microtubules are highly dynamic structures that can rapidly grow and shrink by adding or removing tubulin subunits. This dynamic instability allows the cell to quickly reconfigure its cytoskeleton to adapt to changing conditions or cellular needs. They provide structural support, enable intracellular transport, play crucial roles in cell division, and are involved in sensory functions and cellular mobility through structures like cilia and flagella. So onward to the right side of the cell, we have the vesicles, or vesicles. Honestly, I really suck at this. So they are small membrane sacs that transport materials within the cell. Vesicles in animal cells are small, membrane-bound sacs that play crucial roles in intracellular transport. I probably keep saying membrane-bound, I'm so sorry. So they play crucial roles in intracellular transport, storage, and various cellular processes. So these vesicles are involved in the movement of molecules, such as proteins and lipids. Next, we have the Golgi complex, also known as the Golgi apparatus or the Golgi body, whichever one you prefer. It is a cellular organelle found in animal cells that plays a central role in processing, modifying, and sorting molecules synthesized by the cell, and packaging proteins and lipids for transport. So heading over to this little corner over here, we have the vacuole. So vacuoles store water, ions, and waste products. Vacuoles are generally smaller and less prominent compared to those in plant cells, but they serve various functions as well. Honestly, they depend on the animal cell, but it's important to note that the role and significance of vacuoles in animal cells are less prominent and diverse compared to plant cells because they have large central vacuoles that serve as kind of like a reservoir for water, nutrients, and storage pigments. So in animal cells, though, they're more specialized and specific to the cell's functions. So they serve storage and waste management functions as needed. And it's kind of, I suppose, like the intestines. So now we're heading up to the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, part of the cell. So these actually come in two types. The rough ER with ribosomes, involved in protein synthesis, and smooth ER, which aids in lipid metabolism. It contains a network of tubules and flattened sacs called cisternae. I hope I'm pronouncing that okay. I'm going to represent the top as the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and I want to represent the bottom one as the smooth one. Structure of the RER, which is going to be the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So it is studded with ribosomes on its outer surface, giving it a rough appearance when viewed under a microscope. I tried to give this organelle a bit more texture, just to make it more fun, so I added the green blocks with the fences around it. But anyways, back on topic. So the primary function of the RER is protein synthesis. So the ribosomes on its surface synthesizes the proteins, which are then translocated into the interior of the RER for further processing and modification. So within this, we have the proteins that undergo post-transitional modifications, such as folding, glycosylation, I hope I'm saying that right. So this is an addition of sugar groups, and disulfide bond formation. Once these proteins are processed, they are packaged into transport vesicles, sent to the Golgi complex for further modification and sorting, or they are targeted to specific cellular destinations. Next, we have the SER, so it's going to be called the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So it actually lacks ribosomes on its surface, so it gives it kind of like a smooth appearance. The SER is involved in lipid metabolism and detoxification. It plays a role in the synthesis of lipids, including phospholipids and steroids, and stores calcium ions, which are important for various cellular processes. SER is pretty interesting because it contains enzymes that are responsible for the detoxification of drugs and harmful substances, making it an essential component of liver cells. So overall, the endoplasmic reticulum in animal cells is a multifunctional organelle with two distinct regions, the rough ER and the SER, which is the smooth one. So they're just involved in protein synthesis and processing, and a role in lipid metabolism and detoxification. So these two contribute significantly to the cell's ability to produce, process, and transport a wide range of biomolecules essential for cellular function and homeostasis. Next up, over here on this side, we have the most famous cell, the mitochondria. So the mitochondria is often referred to as the powerhouse of the cell due to the central role in energy production, producing energy through cellular respiration. They're kind of like the lungs of the cell. So this respiration involves the breakdown of glucose and fatty acids in the presence of oxygen. TP is produced through a series of complex biochemical reactions, including the citric acid cycle and oxidative phosphorylation, which takes place within the inner mitochondrial membrane and matrix. So this organelle requires oxygen to carry out oxidative phosphorylation, where electrons are transferred through a series of protein complexes. This is called the electron transport chain. This process efficiently extracts energy from nutrients and oxygen, producing ATP as a result. Mitochondria are central to a wide range of cellular metabolic processes, including the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and amino acids. They also play a role in regulating cellular calcium levels and participate in various signaling pathways. Mitochondria contain their own DNA and are inherited exclusively from the mother. So mutations in mtDNA can lead to various mitochondrial diseases that affect energy production and cellular function. Mitochondria are essential organelles in animal cells responsible for producing ATP. So this is the cell's primary energy source. They are involved in a wide range of cellular processes, including metabolism, apoptosis, and oxygen utilization. Their dysfunction can have a significant impact on cellular and its overall health. And lastly, over here at the bottom, at the heart of it all, or the brain, we find the nucleus. So this large central organelle contains the cell's genetic material to govern its activities. The nucleus is typically spherical or oval in shape, and it is surrounded by a double-layered membrane called the nuclear envelope. The purple at the bottom represents that double layer. So the layer surrounding that is called the nuclear envelope, and it has small openings that are called the nuclear pores. These pores regulate the passage of molecules between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus is the nucleoplasm. So this is a semi-fluid substance that contains the cell's genetic material. The nucleus contains the cell's DNA, which carries the genetic instructions for the cell's structure and its function and growth as well. The DNA is organized into structures called chromosomes, and each nucleus typically contains a specific number of chromosomes that vary among different animal species. So the nucleus plays a pivotal role in controlling cellular activities. It directs the synthesis of proteins and other molecules through a process called transcription. This is where a copy of a gene's instructions is produced within the nucleus and then transported to the cytoplasm for translation into proteins. The nucleus is crucial for cell division, both for mitosis and meiosis. During cell division, the nucleus orchestrates the replication and distribution of DNA to ensure that each daughter cell receives the correct genetic information. So inside the nucleus, there's also a structure known as the nucleolus. Nucleolus? I don't know. So it's involved in the production and assembly of ribosomes. And ribosomes are, I already explained, they're cellular structures responsible for protein synthesis. The nucleus in animal cells is a vital organelle that contains the cell's genetic material and acts as the control center for regulating cellular activities, including protein synthesis and cell division. Alright, and that is all we have for this video. Honestly, I have really bad anxiety, so I probably sounded really shaky or tried to rush through some things, but I really hope that I have everything on there. And yeah, so thank you for watching.